So today we're discussing this beast of a camera, the Canon EOS C50. Now, I've actually been down in our Cornwall office, so I sent this up to Lewis and Rob in Manchester, who were very excited to get their hands on it and properly put it through its paces. We've had this camera for around 2 weeks, and it genuinely saddens me and the Editors Keys team that we have to send it back. But today, this is going to be an in-depth look at everything this camera can do, and most importantly, what is the image quality like and what is the performance like, because that's what really matters. Now, before we get into it, this video is sponsored by us at Editors Keys. We've specifically designed LUTs for this Canon camera that you can drag and drop onto your footage to instantly enhance your image, as well as LUTs for other brands of cameras like Sony and Lumix. We also make those shortcut keyboards and keyboard covers for your video editing software. So if you want to edit faster in Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro, for example, or just streamline your workflow, check out those in the link in the description below. So let's start with the build and what it's like when you actually pick this camera up. The Canon EOS C50 weighs in at just under 700 grams. So straight away it feels lightweight, compact, and pretty easy to carry around. It's powered by Canon's LPE6 series batteries and features a dedicated photo and video switch on the top, which makes switching between modes really simple. Now, in terms of ports and usability, you've got CF Express Type B and SD card slots, a standard mic and headphone jack, USB Type C, full-size HDMI. It also features a hot shoe mount and a fully articulating 3-inch touchscreen, which is great if you're filming by yourself or working in those tighter setups. And then there's this top handle, which gives you 2 full-size XLR inputs and a proper record button, making this feel like a true professional cinema setup. Now, inside this camera, you've got a full frame sensor capable of recording 12-bit cinema RAW, along with excellent dynamic range. This camera is capable of filming 7K in 3:2 open gate format, 4K at 120 frames per second, and up to 180 frames per second in crop modes for slow motion. It also features 14 user assignable buttons, giving you loads of control to customize the camera exactly how you want to shoot. So up in Manchester, or Rainchester as people call it, the weather hasn't been that great for Lewis and Rob over the last week, but it hasn't stopped them getting out and shooting with this new Canon camera. So everything you're seeing here is being filmed in 10-bit 422 C-Log. Now, one of the standout features of this camera is open gate recording. This is Canon's first cinema EOS camera with full frame open gate, which means you're using the entire sensor with no crop at all. So for you, that means that you can shoot once and then reframe your footage later into, say, 16:9, some cinematic formats, or even vertical formats for social media. And because you're starting out with a large 7K image, when you are editing on a 4K timeline, you've still got actually plenty of room to kind of zoom in, crop your footage, and adjust your framing without noticeably losing any quality. And to me, it just gives you a lot more flexibility in how you tell your story. And using open gate on even cameras like the little DJI Osmo Action 6 for a long time, it is super handy. So having this on a cinema camera is great, because now how many times have you been out filming for a client when they say, no, we just want this for YouTube, or we want it for social media. And actually, when you get back to the edit, they say, oh, by the way, actually, we are thinking of doing that YouTube video, or we're thinking of doing that Instagram story. Well, with a camera like this, unlike the Sonys that we have, you would have to go and film it all again, or really crop in badly. With this Canon C50, you've got that shot and you can crop in to your heart's content. The C50 also features dual base ISO set at 800 and 6400. Now what that means is the camera has two optimal sensitivity levels. So ISO 800 is best for normal lighting conditions and gives you the cleanest image, and then ISO 6400 is designed for low light and just gives you a much cleaner result than simply pushing your ISO up from 800. So when you're shooting in darker environments, you can switch to that second base ISO and maintain much better image quality overall. Just take a look at this footage. As you saw at the start of the video, Canon sent us over a few lenses for Lewis and Rob to test with this camera. One of them is the Canon RF70 to 200mm f2.8, which is great for getting those compressed cinematic shots. Then there's the Canon RF85mm f1.4, which is really nice for those clean close-up shots and for isolating your subject from the background. And then finally, the Canon RF24mm, which is what most of this video has been shot on. So if you're shooting handheld or need something versatile, this is a really strong option. All of the lenses are incredibly sharp and fast, and the autofocus performs really well across the entire range that we tested. The C50 also gives you some great slow motion options. You've got 4K at 120 frames per second, and if you move into the crop modes, you can push it even further to 180 frames per second. So if you want to add that cinematic slow motion to your shots, you've definitely got the flexibility with this camera. So let's talk about photo mode. Of course, this camera is also more than capable of photography. With the switch on the top of the camera, you can move into photo mode with just one click and capture high quality 32 megapixel images. So if you're the kind of person who's looking for a hybrid setup, maybe you want to get some product shots and videos, this camera can easily handle both video and stills. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this video on the Canon EOS C50. Honestly, the things that really stood out to us have to be that 7K open gate, which gives you so much flexibility in post. We really like the portability. Having a lightweight camera is great. It just makes it really easy to take it anywhere. And of course, the overall image quality looks fantastic. I mean, you've seen it, so let us know in the comment section below what you think. Now, if you like the color grading in this video, be sure to check out the LUTs that we used. The link will be in the description below, because all you do is simply drag and drop this onto the footage and it gives you that instant cinematic look. Now, I guess my only issue with this camera is that it doesn't have in-body stabilization. So let me know, would that be a deal breaker for you? One thing you can do though is use gyro data. It is recorded within this camera, and that means you can adjust in post. And actually you get some really nice looking footage when you use gyro flow. I've actually used it for some of our Sony cameras here in the office, and a lot of the time I tend to use that over a gimbal now. So if you want to see us do a video on gyro flow with this Canon, let us know and we'll show you exactly how it works. Now, in terms of stabilization and this Canon, because this is part of Canon's Cinema EOS line, it's not that unusual not to have stabilization built in, because these cameras are typically used on tripods, gimbals, or rigs, where you want controlled intentional movement rather than handheld shots. And for the level of image quality that you're getting, I think that's a trade-off I'm more than happy with, especially with the gyro data being recorded. But of course, more than anything, it's just the overall cinema quality this camera delivers. The image you get out of it looks incredible, and it really punches above its weight. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.